So, good morning, YouTube. It is I, Danielle, better known as Danielle, the Happy Medium. And in this video, we're going to talk about time. So, for many of the viewers' questions that I've been getting off my live stream I did the other night, and also within the connections to people I talk to, or whether it be over Facebook, demonstrations, mediumship workshops, whatever it may be, it is always talked about time. Time is a man-made thing. The spirit world does not run or is governed by the time in which that we are governed on here to the earth. So when people talk to me about why is it that they've waited 10 years for their loved one to come through, why is it that their loved ones aren't coming through, or why is it that time seems to have some connection to the fact that the loved one's not coming through, I have to be honest with you, none of that is true, because the spirit world isn't governed by time. The spirit world is only governed by the awareness of the medium's mind and free will. So when it comes to free will, the spirit or the loved one has a choice. All of us have a choice, whether we're here on the earth plane or whether we're in the spirit world. So you have to remember that it is up to them when they choose or when they feel the time is right. Now, another connection here is the medium. So whatever medium you're watching or whatever demonstration you may be doing there, is the fact that your mind has to be open enough in order to be able to allow the communications to go ahead. So I myself, I've demonstrated for many, many years now on many different platforms. And what has happened is fundamentally, I have done people who have been waiting 25 years for a message from their loved one. And then I've also done communications where the person has just passed first thing in the morning and I've been demonstrating at night and that loved one has come straight through. And it's all about the awareness of the mind and how big the mind is. Time plays no factor here. Like I said, the spirit world isn't governed by time like we are here to the earth. So therefore, the spirit world only does what it feels is right when that vibration feels it is right for it, i.e. free will, or how open is the medium's mind in order to be able to allow that communication to come through. 9 times out of 10, a lot of people blame the fact that the spirit world have been in limbo, they've been having some kind of healing, there's something wrong with them, they're in holding pens, they're, all these types of things, they're stuck between two worlds. I gotta be honest with you, it's absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. I've never heard such nonsense in all my life. And unfortunately, it's bad teaching, it's bad knowledge, it's bad information. And what happens is it's bred down through the generations of the mediumship movement and also into the general public. And I say you go on time and time again where mediums will say to the general public, they need 6 months. Why would this person need 6 months to come through? There's nothing wrong with the soul. If any of you have been following me for some time, you will know that my perspective is the soul is perfect in every way. The only thing that changes is the vibration of your loved one if they choose to change the path in which that they walk, which again is free will. So when people talk to me about the fact that their loved ones are in limbo, they've heard from a fellow person within the spiritual movement that they are stuck between two worlds, this is a scaremongering tactic, which, I frown upon quite a lot. And because the spirit world that I work with is not a scary place. And I would awfully dread to think that my nana was stuck between two worlds. And these things just don't go on. And what tends to happen is because the medium's mind isn't aware enough, they're not given enough awareness because they're sitting within their parameters of grandmas, granddads, and are not looking for your loved one or the loved one in which that you would like to speak to, especially more so on a private setting. When it comes to floor demonstrations, it is always about the spirit world and the medium, and the spirit world are blending with that mind and where that mind is at that time. So when you hear this thing of people in limbo or people who are stuck in limbo or all these types of things are needing healing, there's nothing to be healed because the physical body does not go to the spiritual world. The only thing that goes back to the spiritual world is the soul, and the soul is perfect. So how can it need healing? I hope that makes sense to you all. So when we talk about time, there is no concept of time in the spirit world, and it is fundamentally whether or not the medium's mind is big enough in order to allow that communication to come forward, or because of free will and the fact that they've just chosen at this time it's not for them and that they would come through when they are ready. What you need to remember is with any demonstration, especially for my mediums who may be watching this, or for any of the more fledglings or beginners out there, get into the habit of looking for that bigger link. Look for that unusual link. Look for that stepmom, that nana, that granny, but maybe a little bit further back, or where there's a uniqueness within that communication, which will strengthen your mediumship, give you confidence in your mediumship, and allow your mediumship to move forward, because not everybody dies in a percentage of cancer. Some people die of shotgun links, stabbings, carbon monoxide poisoning, whatever it may be there. So try as a medium to make your mind be as aware as possible of everything and anything that could be related to the passing of a loved one. But in essence, to the viewer's question answered, time is limitless in the spirit world, and time has no bearing on whether or not that loved one will come through or not. It is always about how awareness, or how big of awareness the medium's mind is, all because of free will. And each and every one of us have free will, whether it be a soul, a loved one, past or living. I've been Danielle. This has been YouTube. I hope you are all well here. Can I just give a big shout out and thank you to everybody who was on my stream the other night. It was a great pleasure to have you all there. And thank you for all the new followers or subscribers. It's growing quite quickly, this channel, which I'm incredibly humbled and really grateful for. Anybody else, check me out on Facebook. But for now, with this viewer's question answered, time, remember, has no expectation or any sort of deliverance on whether your loved ones will come through or not come through. I'll see you all very, very soon.